All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
What now? 180.
Here we go.
Deuce. Right and one.
They'll run on first down. It's Evans. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Double tight. Hey. 4 down.
Express. Later 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Check right.
6:37.
55 mark, guys.
From the gun, it's Carr. They'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On first down, Swift. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line.
Three down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
46-yard line.
Go down. 180. Express.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Key him.
Here's Carr. That's going to be caught by Richardson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
85. Express.
55 for Mike. Here we go, here we go. Hey, check it.
Shotgun now for Carr. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Right down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get your swerve on.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. A quick throw here out to Brown. Touchdown, Titans! A.J. Brown, 32 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Set. 19.
Let's go, B. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Wait.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And the Texans first
Set.
down.
19.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Spot.
Spot. No. Check it out. Let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Amani Hooker up for the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. He finds Taylor, complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Muhammad, and he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Texans.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He gets it to Cooks. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
Switch it to me. At 24. I got motion there. I got
Watson just beating the play clock. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown.
Touchdown, Houston.
Will Fuller there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Go!
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hey, down. 180.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Double dog. That's the way.
On second down now, Swift. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Down. 280.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Down. 180. Check 55. Mike.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
They'll run on first down. Swift, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. Evans. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, 734. 41 to Mike. 40%.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Set.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12.
On second and 12, Watson eluding the pressure right. And Stills bringing it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To try again after the sack. Watson, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he goes down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Complete. Richardson has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Down. 180.
41 to Mike. Get that quarterback at all costs. Check 52.
Hey, 734. 29. 29. Purdue.
Throwing on second and 3. Carr. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Down. 280.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On third down, Swift, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Check the backer, check the backer.
At 24.
Taylor. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Hey, Lurk, 3. Slam. Hey, check.
At 24.
Watch the safety.
25.
Watson on first down. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 50, it's Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
A gain of 12. First down, Texans.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 24.
They'll run with Muhammad. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Set. Quit talking about it and bring it.
From the 35 on second down, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down.
Set. 19. Check 55 to Mike. You ain't going nowhere.
Down, coming. 59.
1st and 10. Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Jayon Brown showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
54. He's checked that ball. Back 55. Back 55. We own it. We own it.
Now it's Watson. It's complete. Stills. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Go. Go. Motion, motion, motion.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Strip that ball.
Again, the first man through Gillespie of the fullback. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 185. Get set.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it'll be 3rd down. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
93. 26 months. Here we go, here we go. 26 months.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game.
26 months. Here we go, here we go. 26 months. White Monday. 9. Watch the screen.
From the gun, Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How'd they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 2nd down, it's Evans. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
26 Mike.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Forced out to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
54.
Here's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Come off the ball.
From the gun, Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Here's Carr to throw, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing his Carr on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Express. 36. No.
Carr going to go on fourth down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a second and 13.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Go. Mike, 55.
Operating from the gun. Carr over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Carr now on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, check Mike. Watching you five.
Coming in.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Throwing again. Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Right there in the middle.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
I know he ain't got it.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Motion.
And Watson's going to throw it here. He's got Fuller. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
You got tight right there. Kill. Hey, 54. Check 43. Check 31.
On 1st down, Watson flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
54. 57. Mike, 57.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
3rd and 15.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Alert! 2 points down, he's coming.
Check 99.
Hey, 31.
37. Check 37.
Down and go.
Now Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
1st down,
Watson now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
3 down. Hey, 31! Hey, 55! Watch the ship. Hey, alert! Watch the ship. Ship. Hey, 31! Check your hot read. Check.
Throwing now, Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watch twist. Watch 24. Over. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Wrap. Check.
Here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, 59. Check 15. Check. Hey, 59. Check out well. Hey, 59. Slant. Alert flare. Save. Kill. Hey, 55. 26. Lucky.
Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go.
Let's go.
So Houston going to